Hey, what is up, guys? It is KKB. I'm back at it with the compilations, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you did, please let me know down in the comment section down below. As always, feel free to drop suggestions down there as well. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Stage 1 is complete. The NASCAR Cup Series driving 311 from Dover International Speedway, and it looks as though there might be an issue with the track. This concrete track we mentioned earlier, one of the oldest, if not the oldest surface of the NASCAR tracks that we visit on a weekly basis. And we're seeing from Dustin Long, yep, NASCAR confirming that they did repair patches in the restart zone since Saturday's race. And potentially there is an issue with one of those patches. And so now you're seeing these vehicles come up. We're hearing that NASCAR may have to red flag this so that they can take a look at this patch and potentially do something with it. Now, in the past, we have seen them do a quick drying filler. We're also right now seeing that they're grinding away, cutting some of that concrete out of there.
So Jeff, sorry, I was actually on the phone with NASCAR and talked to them, and they said this is an area of concern they've had over the last couple days. They've worked on it. They worked on it last night. We have to remember this ran an entire Xfinity race today with the repair that they had in place. So this isn't something that just popped up in 75 laps, but they said that they have some material they could put in there. It's quick drying. It takes about 10 minutes for it to dry back to a raceable condition. So they feel that they should be able to repair that, and they feel that repair should be able to go the last 236 laps without issue.
Do need to make note that A.J. Allmendinger, the 43 car that led this race, brought out one of those last cautions.
Caution.
In fact,
Don't know why. Caution.
The yellow is out. And we believe that this may be again for the asphalt down between turn 1 and 2. Very adjacent to or the same area as where the patch was put down before. For the second time today, the field has been brought down pit road, stopped behind the Ford Mustang GT pace car, a NASCAR official at each car, and they've gone out to deal with the issue of turn 1 and 2. As often happens when you make a patch in asphalt, it's the adjacent asphalt that goes first, and you see that seam beginning to break up. And once it does, what surrounds that patch is going to work its way apart, and all that aggregate comes down the banking and just raises havoc. Now, we're told by NASCAR that during the 36 laps of racing that we've just had, they've had discussions with the folks on the grounds responsible for maintaining the asphalt, and just in case this situation did recur, they have a different type of patching material that they are going to use, something that they hope is durable enough to hold up to the 39 laps that we have left to run.
How about these names on the left side of your screen? Looking for their first Camping World Truck Series win, and where they're running now.
Oh, we got a spinner on the front straightaway. He's going to hit the wall. Golly.
66, Justin Marks. Hard into that inside wall. And so the front end of his truck totaled.
And that's a shame. You come to Iowa and figure out a way to find the only wall that doesn't have safer barrier on it. He broke that wall.
Yeah, they may have to do some repairs to that wall.
What do you figure he's running when he gets to that wall? Phil, about 100 miles an hour?
I would say at least 100 miles an hour. Probably speeds of upwards of 150 miles an hour in the straightaway. But obviously sliding like that, he scrubbed off a lot of speed, but boy, that thing hits about as square as it can hit.
You can see how much damage it did to that truck and the wall.
Yeah, you saw some campers on the backstretch, and right now they're working on that wall that Justin Marks moved out of the way. We have a red flag condition now on the racetrack as they're going to replace the section that Justin Marks moved.
Welcome back to Martinsville, where Jeff Gordon, who has dominated, leading 180 laps this far, has a problem with the right front of his DuPont Chevy. He's hit something hard.
Yes, I think something's hit him hard, Mike, because there's nobody around him. Oh, there's your problem. Here's your problem right here. I think a piece of concrete possibly came up and hit Jeff Gordon's car.
So something off into turn 3.
Something happens right along in there. You see the dust fly up and you see the pieces flying. The track's got must have a hole in it right there.
Here's a better look.
Boom, right there.
Wow.
Now the pits have not yet opened under this caution flag. They've been closed for some time. Dick Berggren. Thanks, Chris. After 7 caution flags today in a very competitive race that have seen 5 different leaders, Michael Waltrip spun. A piece of concrete came up out of the racetrack. Another piece came up and hit the front air dam of Jeff Gordon's car. So you see the work going on now that this race has been red flagged to epoxy seal the surface there, just kind of like a tooth filling at the entrance point of turn number 3 into the corner. We'll show you the cavity, and it's a deep one. Don't think the track has a dentist on call, but you can see that's more than a handful wide and a big loose chunk of concrete there ready to come up next.
That spot they're going to right now on the racetrack, it's developed into a huge bump, just so you know.
Right in the middle groove, you mean?
Well, it's right in front of that hash mark where they were, and it's more so in the bottom lane.
Okay, gotcha.
As they're going to drill a relief hole to get started here.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I was thinking they needed to get a bigger drill, but actually they don't.
There's
Never seen anything like that.
Pressure and water underneath there.
Yeah.
Look at Joey's
reaction.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that.
Nope.
That was my first lap up there. I thought the track was coming apart, and apparently it has something to do with water, and we took a really big saw to it.
Look at concrete saw.
There is a river flowing underneath this racetrack.
That is amazing. Look at all the water coming out of there.
He believes that Mike Bliss is going to make a run at Kyle Busch. There's a chance they may get together, and they're going to give Hornaday the go button and tell him ready to go. There's a caution coming off 4. Big crash. 09 gets slammed into there.
Slammed into Andy Lally in the 0-0. Yeah, the 09 came across the racetrack. Andy Lally nowhere to go, was forced into the inside wall, and now Andy Lally will have a little bit of a hard time getting out of that truck. Take another look.
Jacques Villeneuve, the 27. He's the truck that made contact with Stacy Compton. See, he turns Stacy around. Stacy tries to, he's got the wheels cut to the left. When he clears that 27 truck, it pulled him right down in front of Andy Lally. And what hard contact. Watch this now. You see that the wheels are turned, and then Andy's coming along there. He thinks he's completely clear, but look at it break the inside wall there.
Broke the concrete on the wall. NASCAR, and obviously Phoenix International Raceway, is going to have to take a very hard look at that before they send them back out on the racetrack.
Yeah, they stopped the trucks over there in turn number 3. They're under the red flag, so they're going to have to make repairs to that inside wall there.
In that wall, they had a tow truck up there. I believe they were going to try to push the wall out a bit. So NASCAR and Phoenix still working on that, Ray?
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I just heard on the radio, Rick, is that they will bring a Jersey barrier in there and set it up behind. Basically, they're just concerned that if another vehicle were to hit there, that it could come clear through the wall. So they believe that'll be enough reinforcement to keep that thing steady enough for them to be able to finish this race, for us to run the final 13 laps of tonight's event here in Phoenix.
Yeah, I think something's wrong with Jeff Gordon. He was racing with Tony Stewart. I don't know if they did make some contact, and I don't know if it's affected Gordon's tire or something. Matt, what are they saying down there?
Steve Letarte, the car chief, has a pair of binoculars. He's trying to get a look at the front valence. Now, Robbie Loomis felt like they might have some kind of damage to the valence. Loomis now getting off the pit box to take a look as well, talking to a NASCAR official.
Man, he hit something hard.
I think that's the racetrack has come up, and a piece of the track is
damaged a whole hell of a lot more than that.
That's like what happened to him at Martinsville last year. Look at that.
Now, it's a piece of rubber filler. That doesn't sound like it would do a whole lot of damage, but at 190 miles an hour.
And now they're picking now they're going around and picking the rest of it up. I mean, it's what they put in cracks. There's a big chunk of it right there, and that stuff's hard. It's not like a spring rubber that's pretty soft. That stuff is hard.
And you can see the rest of the leaders coming to pit road now.
Cars have been brought onto pit road, and it looks as though it could go to a red flag condition. And the reason for this, there is a hole that is in between turns 3 and 4 that the track is working on. They actually sealed it, or tried to seal it, yesterday, and it looks as though some things are coming up on the track now, so they're going to try to go to work on that and get that fixed.
Yeah, the racetracks are prepared for these types of events. There's an epoxy they can put in this hole and it will fill that hole up, and it dries it very, very quickly. So the tracks are always repaired if the track comes up, if things happen. So that's an attempt right now to get this hole cleaned up, and then they'll come in and put epoxy in it to fill that hole.
All that happened on lap 2. And now, under caution, Juan Pablo Montoya has crashed and gone aflame.
Holy cow, what happened?
We just got a report that he was complaining about a bad vibration in every gear.
No, Larry, he just slammed
into the jet dryer.
I think he slammed into the jet dryer.
They're trying to clear debris off the racetrack, and the car brakes, won't steer, and he slides up the track and into the back of that surplus helicopter jet engine on a trailer used to dry the racetrack.
Larry, Mike, I saw sparks coming out from the car as if it had a tire down or something. What an incredible turn of events. I've never in my life. Oh my gosh.
And all that spilled jet fuel found something hot to ignite it.
If this patch works and we're able to dry the track, the next 100 miles are going to be some of the toughest driving you've ever done in your whole life. That's Robin Pemberton. He's competition director of NASCAR. He's understanding what's going on with the track, trying to make sure that we can get this baby fired back off.
For NASCAR, the most important thing is the integrity of the racing surface right now, and the real good news is that Juan Pablo Montoya and the driver of the safety truck are okay. And as it has been pointed out, there's really nothing you can do about this situation because the safety truck driver was doing what he was supposed to do, and the Juan Pablo Montoya was doing exactly what he was supposed to do in the race car. It simply got away from him.
Yeah, he was down on the bottom of the racetrack. He was running the line he should have run. The thing just broke and spun him out of control into the truck.